King Ulric, an aging monarch, stands atop the castle walls, gazing at his crumbling kingdom. Once a powerful ruler, his grip on the throne weakens as famine, unrest, and whispers of rebellion echo through the land. The kingdom, once vibrant, now feels drained of life, and Ulric's body mirrors his empire, worn and frail. One night, a mysterious old woman visits Ulric in his dreams. She shows him a tarot card, Death, the image of a skeletal knight riding a pale horse. She speaks of an approaching shadow, an enemy that no sword can defeat. Ulric wakes in a cold sweat, knowing the vision was more than a dream. At court, tensions rise. The nobles bicker over control as Ulric's health falters. His once loyal advisor, Lord Aldrich, subtly challenges his decisions, positioning himself for the throne. Rumors of the mysterious Death Knight, a spectral figure riding through the neighboring kingdoms, begin to seep into Ulric's court. The first village falls to the Death Knight. The survivors speak of a terrifying rider who leaves nothing but shadows and silence in his wake. Ulric's knights are sent to investigate, but none return. The Death Knight's presence becomes an ominous, growing threat. One stormy night, a figure cloaked in shadow visits Ulric. It is a ghostly messenger sent by the Death Knight, bearing a challenge. In 3 months' time, the Death Knight will come to claim Ulric's throne. The king must face him alone in a battle that cannot be won by strength. Ulric's advisors panic, suggesting alliances, mercenaries, or even dark magic to stave off the Death Knight. But Ulric knows the truth. This is not a battle of swords or armies. It's a confrontation with his own mortality. He must face it alone. He dismisses the council, retreating to his chambers in despair. In desperation, Ulric seeks out the old woman from his dream, the Oracle. Deep in the forest, she offers him cryptic advice. The Death Knight is not just a destroyer, but a bringer of transformation. Ulric must confront him not as a king, but as a man seeking understanding. Ulric encounters a traveling puppeteer who performs shadow plays about life and death. The puppeteer's stories, haunting and beautiful, reflect the battle Ulric is about to face. He realizes the fight with the Death Knight will be a confrontation of wits and fate, not of brute force. As the Death Knight's arrival looms closer, Ulric is haunted by visions of his past, his rise to power, the wars he fought, the blood he spilled. He is confronted with the consequences of his reign. The shadow of the Death Knight begins to creep into his waking life, foreshadowing the inevitable. Ulric's son, Prince Arden, is eager to ascend the throne. Seeing his father's weakness, he grows impatient and rallies support from the court, believing he can fight the Death Knight and seize power. But Ulric warns him, this is not a battle for an ambitious prince. It is a reckoning for the king. The Death Knight draws nearer. Towns and villages begin to fall under a mysterious fog that drains all life from the land. Ulric watches helplessly as his kingdom crumbles around him, knowing that no army can stop what is coming. The Dark Rider looms on the horizon. Ulric's physical and mental health deteriorates. He becomes obsessed with the Death Knight, losing his grip on reality. Shadows begin to whisper to him, as if the Death Knight is already here, watching, waiting. The king becomes a ghost of his former self, isolated from everyone, even his son. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Ulric reaches out to Prince Arden. He begs his son to prepare for a kingdom without him. Ulric shares his fears, hoping to reconcile before the end. But Arden dismisses him, believing that strength will triumph over the Death Knight's shadow. Ulric spends the night in deep contemplation. He is no longer afraid, but curious. What does the Death Knight represent? Is it the end, or merely the beginning of something new?